Welcome to the expedition to try PaduTube, as we call it. It's a podcast and a YouTube video. My name's Bryce. I'm here with my friend TJ. At this podcast, hey, shut up. At this podcast, our goal is to explain that we're confused, as we are sure that you are as well. So we'll help each other through it. That was awful, but we're working on the intro still.
Work in progress.
All right.
Work in progress.
TJ, do you want to introduce yourself a little? You can say whatever you want.
I mean, hi, I'm TJ. I am, in fact, confused about a good amount of things. I wouldn't say most things, but it's probably like a 40-60 ratio.
Wow.
And, yeah, I mean, it's a good amount of things. And so... I'm a graduate student at Binghamton University. I study philosophy. That's pretty much.
I'm just gonna pop up.
How I describe myself.
Nerd.
That's
nerd alert. All right, so that goes into my first question. Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not at all, 10 being very. How confused are you on like an average basis? Just about everything.
You mean just like in life, or like about like the bigger questions? I guess what I'm
really philosophical, real quick.
I guess what I'm asking is because I feel like there's like two different levels of confused. Like there's the confused where like what am I doing? Like what's the point of life? But then there's also the confused when like the cashier asks you if you want a receipt and you just don't know the answer to the question. Like you don't know what you're supposed to say.
You just say, "Oh, you too."
Yeah, like literally there will be days where I get a receipt and then after I have it, I'm like, why did I ask for this? Like, what was the purpose?
No, I'm saying more in terms of life, what you're doing with your life, what you want to do with it, stuff like that.
I'm probably like a 4 out of 10, maybe like a 3 out of 10.
Confused.
I'm like, I mean, in the sense of like, I feel like I have somewhat of a direction for my life. I have no idea if it's a good one. I don't know if it's gonna end well, but I mean, like I kind of see the trajectory that my life is going towards.
You're kind of going into a lot of schooling.
That is true.
Work.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the thing, right? Is like
that could be pretty bad.
Yeah.
At least you're getting basically paid to go to school.
Yeah. So I mean, in 6 years, I could either be a professor or I could be homeless. Who knows? Like that's the gamble.
There's really no in between. All right, so 4 out of 10. That's not bad. Brandon's like an 18.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
Yeah. See, that's why I was worried because you're in the point. You know what you're doing for the next 5.5 years. Mm-hmm. So you're set. But like me and Brandon, it's completely different just because after this semester, then we're gone. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of, we have to figure stuff out. But you're set up for the next 5.5 years. Which is
and good. I mean, that could change. Who knows? It's not it's not blood pact, but But yeah, no, I definitely feel you. You all are in a different situation in the sense that this was like kind of like a gap year for both of you in a lot of ways. I mean, Brandon was in his grad program, but even still, like, and now you kind of have to take that step of like, okay, like, what am I doing more permanently? And that's always scary.
Yeah. So your main confusion is like the receipt and things.
I think I'm mostly like...
Yeah, what are you confused about at this point in your life?
So, I'm very confused about social expectations. Because I feel like there are a lot of like very basic things that people just do without any real explanation or reason. Like, I think, for example, you brought up a great point where it's like, where someone says, like, have a great meal when you're at a restaurant, and you say, you too, and it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, enjoy your food.
You, bread.
Thanks, you too. I don't know, I don't think you were in the camera.
Shut up. See, and if this was where the camera was, he wouldn't have been, so I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
See, that's funny to me because the podcast people will be like, what the hell just happened?
They're not
with
gonna,
the YouTube video.
They're not going to understand that.
But yeah, it's, so social is more confusing.
Yeah, it's
not
just
like life in general.
I just think like, I think like I'm a little, my confusion in life is more like doubt than it is like what am I going to be doing next year? I think I know that for the most part, but in terms of like genuinely like what is going on type confusion, I think really like day-to-day interactions is what, like, honestly, like, how to be like an adult is kind of what confuses me, because I feel like there are a lot of like transition norms you need to understand that just don't make any sense to me.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense, like
taxes.
Yeah, it's like
I have to fill out my W-2 or whatever the hell my tax form. I don't know what to do with that thing.
I really don't understand.
I got it at work. Do I still have to fill it out if I don't have a job? I don't know what to do. I must have to.
Luckily, my family has a tax guy that does that stuff for us.
My parent, I'll have to bring it home this weekend for my
parents.
Hey, do this for me. I don't know how to do it. That's what this whole thing's for. We have no idea what we're supposed to do.
No, it's like
we're basically adults, but we don't know how to be adults.
Because what I realize is, like, I don't think other people know what they're supposed to do either. Like, I don't think there's, like, my point is, like, the norms aren't actually set in stone. It's not like there's some book that we're just not reading. It's like
that would be helpful.
Right, it would be. But it's like when you interact with adults, you notice, like, they don't, like, someone's like 50 years old and they don't understand social conventional norms either. So like, it's like
that's what I like, because I want to talk to more people to show that no one has any idea what the hell they're doing. Doesn't matter how old you are. My parents probably have no idea what's going on. They both don't enjoy their jobs. Yeah. So like I don't know. It's just a whole lot of confusion on everyone's end. But so second question. I'm interested to see what your answer is for this. But so if money wasn't an issue at all, what would you want to do to spend most of your time? If you didn't have to worry about finances in the slightest.
That's a really good question, honestly, because I think like I have a bunch of different routes I could take, all of which would be acceptable to me. Like I could just play every video game and I'd be pretty happy at that. I could also just go to baseball games every day and I'd be very happy with that. I think in terms of like doing something constructive, I think if money was no obstacle, I think I would like to give a try at writing fiction. Because it's something that like I feel like I would be good at, but not enough to like justify like a career. But I think it's something that I would like enjoy doing, and I would kind of like to find it out if I'd be good at doing it.
Squirrely Dan's making an appearance.
Sorry, Squirrely Dan.
Squirrely Dan.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. Hey, get out of here, Squirrel.
No,
this is my
chill, dude. He hangs out at my AC.
You can be the audience member, Squirrely Dan. Enjoy the show.
So you're can you imagine if he just sat there?
just staring into my eyes.
So you would do. I could see you doing a lot of reading, like comic books and things too. Video games definitely I could see you doing, and then writing. Those would be your main.
Yeah, I mean, I think like, I honestly don't. I don't think I would like do a thing. I think like if I could choose, like, I wouldn't have a routine. Like that would really be like my lifestyle that I would like to live if money is no obstacle. I would like. You know, if it's fall, I'd like to watch football and play video games indoor. If it's summer, I'd like to watch baseball games and hang out in, like, parks and shit. Like, you know, so it's like, I just wouldn't want to have, like, I think, like, my ideal, like, post-money life would be, like, just not having obligations. Or not having any kind of, like, itinerary or, like, set schedule. Because I feel like I like to do so many different things that I would like to be able to explore them all at my own kind of pace and leisure.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I feel like a lot of people would say as well. Because, like, you want to be able to try different things whenever you want.